Well, we've got our list of callers back, and I want to jump right into that. As a big reminder, though, we'll be live again next week at our regular time from 4:30 to 6 p.m. here on Channel 16, just like normal. This week we're at a delayed time because we were preempted for some training in the studio, but we managed to get a live time slot, so we thank you, folks who are watching over the stream, who stayed up late or got up early, depending on where in the world you are watching the stream. And for the local people in Austin who may not be familiar with the show, this is the Atheist Experience, sponsored by the atheist community of Austin. We're on every Sunday, just not normally at this time. So for those of you tuning in for the first time, we appreciate it. And we've actually got a local caller, Richard. Are you there?
Hello, Richard.
Hello, Richard.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you're very quiet.
You're very quiet. You'll have to speak up.
Okay, yes, I'm here.
Okay. We'll need a little more volume on the speaker.
Okay, yeah, I just jumped into the program right now, so it was already going on when I turned on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the doctor saying about that he don't like anybody imposing their views, and I wanted to ask him in regards to evolution. They believe that we evolved from monkeys.
Well, first off, evolution is not the belief that we evolved from monkeys. Evolution is a scientific discipline that studies biodiversity. It studies how simple life forms become more complex life forms, how species that are able to adapt have a better chance of surviving to the next generation than species that can't adapt. So that's an entirely different subject.
Well, I think I know where you're going with this. What was your actual question?
The doctor was talking about not accepting or doesn't like people to impose their views, and I wanted to ask the doctor in regards to that. Does it believe that we evolved from monkeys, which is taught in schools continuously? And I've seen,
You want the quick answer to that?
Try evidence, and I haven't seen no evidence of it.
Well,
then you haven't looked, but go ahead.
Yeah, the short answer is we didn't evolve from monkeys specifically. Go read a little bit more and call back someday after you know a little more about evolution.
Yeah.
I think the thing that he might have been getting to is this idea, because we oftentimes talk about things in simple terms because we don't want to explain for 20 minutes what we're talking about. So when you say, I'd rather people didn't impose their beliefs on us, I think he was planning on going down the route that people who accept evolution are trying to impose that belief on people like him who don't accept evolution. And the answer is teaching people reality is not an imposition.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, facts that inconvenience your ideology of choice, that's not the same thing as,
And somebody else here in Austin, we've got Lance on the line. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, we can turn that back down. I don't know what was wrong with Richard's phone.
probably
How you doing, Lance?
it's not a cricket phone problem.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, what's
How
your
you
question?
Yes, firstly, I just want to commend Matt. I think I've been watching him for a little while, and I think he's very intelligent, very smart, and very patient. I've been looking at, I've been seeing how, some theists present the same argument, and I can understand why you get frustrated. And hopefully, me being a theist, hopefully you won't get as frustrated with me. But I just wanted to say that before I answer my question.
Boy, that's a long-winded way of making sure I'm nice to you. But we have a guest on the show, so what question have you got for us?
Won't necessarily work.
Well, I wanted to get you guys, what do you consider proof of God? I noticed that you're pretty adamant about that, so I wanted to know, what did you consider actual proof?
Actually, I wouldn't be adamant.
Which God are you proving? Flying Spaghetti Monster or Zeus?
What'd you say?
Which God are you after? Is Flying Spaghetti Monster or Zeus or Neptune?
No, I'm not applying any religion to my question, just as a creator. I'm asking, what do you consider proof?
Well, first off, we would have to hear from the believer in that particular creator. We'd have to first have an understanding of what specific creator they wanted us to believe in. And then all we could do is respond to the evidence that they think is good and they present it to us, and then we'll evaluate it. Usually what we ask on this program, and what Matt always asks, is when a theist calls or emails us or what have you, all right, please just tell us what you believe and then why you believe it. And then if the reasons you believe something, if they're good enough for you, then just give us those reasons, and we'll judge at that point.
Okay.
And not to be, I don't want to be overly pedantic, but you seem to be, you're using proof, and you're probably just using it in a colloquial sense. But I would never use that word. It's not. I don't seek proof in God. I seek evidence, and then you evaluate the evidence. And at some point, based on the type of claim it is and the nature of the evidence, you either have sufficient evidence to justify your belief, or you don't. And so I can't really say, I mean, people have asked before, what kind of evidence would it take for you to believe in, my particular God or the Christian God or whatever. We've come up with examples, and some people consider them outlandish. I don't even care to really do that anymore. The question is, what on earth would make anybody think that this is real in the first place? Clearly, I mean, I haven't seen the evidence for this, and every time I ask somebody to present evidence, what I get is anecdotes and logical fallacies. That's it. Those are the two things that show up. If there was something else, then I could maybe evaluate it. And it may be the case that there's not any evidence that could sufficiently demonstrate this, depending on the claim, because the claim is such that it couldn't possibly be true and couldn't possibly be demonstrated. But go back and, you can watch some of the stuff that Tracy's done, particularly with regard to, whether or not something manifests in reality. It is therefore testable, as we went over oh boy, I feel bad.
Well, can I say something real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Yes. No, I know. Now, as far as evidence, I understand what you guys are saying. But, as far as existence is concerned, and I'm presenting this more as a question, as far as existence is concerned, some things exist that had not been proven to humanity for a while. For instance, just for shallow instance, people theorized that the earth was flat, and there was no way to actually prove that or have evidence of it until later. But that didn't mean that it wasn't, flat.
Yes, Lance, and if God is in that category, then the time to believe that God exists is once there's been sufficient evidence. The time to believe, it doesn't matter if back 50,000 years ago, if some guy, running around killing lions thought the earth was flat and somebody else said, nope, I think it's round. Well, he didn't have any evidence, so he wasn't justified in his belief. It doesn't matter that he happened to be correct. What matters was his belief supported by sufficient evidence? It could be, I suppose there's a possibility that there could be some God and that all these God people will turn out to be correct in some way. I'm sure that they'll all adopt the same one when it's proven. But you know what? They still weren't justified at the time they held those beliefs. They were still dishonest in representing those beliefs, and we were still completely justified in rejecting those beliefs until such time as the evidence became available.
I completely understand. Appreciate that.
All right. Thanks, Lance.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
And now I'll be quiet for a minute.
Catch your breath.
Now, we got Steve.
You were nice to that. I thought that was really awesome of you.
I answered that question the other day in email. I cheated. We got Steve in North Carolina. How are you?
It's all right.
How's it going?
What have you got for Dr. Ray?
Okay, I actually got two questions. I'm going to try to go through them quickly because I know you guys don't got much time. But all right, first of all, I understand where you're coming from about God and religion being sort of virus to modern society. I was wondering if you agree that if religion was sort of a primary catalyst for early man to form civilization.
I didn't quite catch that last sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A catalyst
I was
for
wondering
what?
if you agreed if religion acted as a primary catalyst for forming civilization.
Oh, okay.
I think ideas and a number of different ideas have helped that. I'm not sure religion specifically. I mean, think about what we call religion today is not what people experienced 5,000 years ago.